Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Day's Podcast along with a new video. I want to thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, viewing, watching, and listening. I truly appreciate it. We will definitely be making more exclusive episodes on Patreon and Spotify alike. Be sure to check them out, as opposed to still doing free content and free episodes. Why not? So we are going to talk about Miley's 5th studio album. Let's get into it. So, Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Petz is the 5th studio album by Miley Cyrus. It was originally released independently on August 30th, 2015, but was later released commercially on iTunes and other streaming platforms under RCA Records on April 10th, 2017. Cyrus began planning the project in 2013 before Bangers was released. Work continued into 2014 and 2015 when she befriended and began collaborating with the Flaming Lips. In addition to the psychedelic rock band, Cyrus worked with producers Mike Will Made It and Oren Yole, with whom she had collaborated on Bangers. The album features guest vocals by Big Sean, who appeared on Bangers, Sarah Barthel of Fantogram, and Ariel Pink. Without previous promotion, Cyrus announced that Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Petz was available for free online streaming when she hosted the 2015 MTV Video Music Awards. Released independently, critics were divided in their opinions of the album. Some applauded Cyrus' ambition and experimentation, and others considered its production and overall finish lacking. Cyrus promoted the album with music videos for Do It, Lighter, and BB Talk, and performances of Karen Don't Be Sad and Twinkle Song when she hosted Saturday Night Live. Additionally, she embarked on her 5th and short concert tour, the Milky Milk Tour, between November and December 2015. So with this album, it was pretty much her, again, breaking away even more from her franchise and pushing a sense of herself that she wanted people to understand, that I'm really out here now. Like, I've been out for a while. Like, I'm not even, like, I'm considered to be over 21 by now, okay? Like, I'm really out here. And so, this was literally her just being able to branch out more as an adult. On October 4th, 2013, after the release of Bangers, Cyrus announced that she was working on a follow-up album. She said, "I'm already at a different time than I was when I finished Bangers, and was so removed from daily life because of her career that I need something to work for," in an interview to the New York Times. Cyrus explained the personal evolution, including death and love as she'd never known, that led to this project. First came the killing in April 2014 of her beloved dog Floyd by coyotes while she was touring for Bangers. 2 weeks later, after bawling through some performances, Cyrus was hospitalized for more than a week in Kansas with severe allergic reaction to antibiotics. There she was visited by Wayne Coyne, one of her musical heroes with whom she had recently begun collaborating. That's a lot going on. She lost her dog, her pet, literally to, wild animals. Like, they just seen her dog and just was like, ooh, food. Like, horrible. And just her not feeling well, just at such a young age. I can relate, because if you go back to my first ever episode, I already disclosed that I myself had, medical issues, and it's not fun. No, you gotta take care of yourself. Yes, Cyrus befriended Coyne and his band, the Flaming Lips. They joined her for performances during her Bangers tour, and Cyrus recorded cover versions of the Beatles' Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and A Day in the Life for the Flaming Lips 2014 15th studio album, with a little help from my friends, because it's a W. Fascinated by their live instrumentation and its contrast with Bangers' computerized elements, Cyrus began writing material with the Flaming Lips for her then untitled 5th studio album in May 2014, and expected to finish it after the Bangers tour later that year. Producer Mike Wilmade, who collaborated with Cyrus on Bangers, hinted in July that they were working on a new project, and said in December that they had recorded 6 unfinished tracks for her record. That year, Cyrus severed creative ties with so she severed creative ties with producer Dr. Luke to pursue a different direction musically, and punk rock singer Kathleen Hanna offered to help her with a record only Cyrus is daring enough to make. And a lot of artists over time just said, I'm not working with certain producers, I don't want to work with this producer, as opposed to other producers that didn't get to work with certain artists. They are working together now, so it works. But let's see here. At the 2014 MTV Music Awards, Cyrus said that Miley Cyrus and her Dead Petz, untitled at the time, might take me 5 years to finish. I'll just work on it until I'm done. According to the singer, the album is about music and is not about twerking. In January 2015, Cyrus expressed her intention to get this stuff out ASAP, adding that she was working on the album nearly every day. Although Bangers cost a couple $1 million to produce, Miley Cyrus and her Dead Petz cost about $50,000. She said that RCA Records, her label, did not hear the final product until she completed it. The album does not count towards her multi-album recording contract with the label, but RCA said Miley Cyrus continues to be a groundbreaking artist. She has a strong point of view regarding her art and expressed her desire to share this body of work with her fans directly. RCA Records is pleased to support Miley's unique musical vision. So, at the time, considering that Bangers did well, it did cost a little more to make, she said, you know what, I'm not going to take as much money with all the money that I have to work on something that I feel I can just do. And she just said, you know what, if RCA doesn't feel like they want to put it out at, a point in time, I'm going to just have it out just to have it out. Okay, she just wanted to just put out something. Cyrus mentioned that the possibility of a free album in August. Cyrus mentioned that the possibility of a free album in an August 2015 Marie Claire interview with her manager, adding that the singer was prepared to buy herself out of the label. Okay, if RCA Records did not cooperate with her plan. That month, Cyrus was reportedly working on 2 albums simultaneously and considered releasing her project with the Flame Lips for free. Which is why we had got Younger Now and Plastic Hearts the way that we did. Because so she was working. She said, no, wait a minute, I'm gonna work on 2 more albums as opposed to, and they were 2 different albums, because Younger Now was more or less, clean and country and slightly pop, as opposed to Plastic Hearts, which is more like punk rock, alternative, like they were two completely different eras, just split. And it's just and back to back, you know, within 2 years at a time or more. But sorry about that, guys. On the red carpet for the 2015 MTV VMAs on August 30th, which she hosted, she said, it's been kind of the most magical week of my life. It feels like Christmas. Cyrus closed the show with a previously unannounced performance of Do It with Coin before telling the audience that Miley Cyrus and her Dead Petz was available for free online streaming. Vinyl pressings of the for free online streaming. Vinyl pressings of the record were announced on October 5th, 2015, but minimal was released. In April 2017, the album was officially uploaded to iTunes and paid music subscription services like Apple Music and Spotify, after only being available for free on SoundCloud for almost 2 years. So she wasn't able to officially put it on streaming services until 2017, and in the midst of that time, we had got younger now, so it was like, all right, no, I'm getting all my money, okay. Yeah, she did promote the album and was able, wait a minute, yeah, she and the Flaming Lips introduced Tiger Dreams during the Adult Swim upfront party at Terminal 5 in New York City, on May 13, 2015. Oh, I didn't know that she did that. That's nice. Yeah, she did. Were introduced by Hillary Clinton for their performance of Karen, Don't Be Sad. Oh, yeah, I did remember that too. But yeah, it received mixed reviews. Yeah. They felt like it was a 60 mixed or average reviews based on 21 reviews out of 100. Yeah. The project saw Cyrus pulling a reverse. Ooh. And that she started with the glossy pop stuff and ended up producing something as intense and naked as Exile in Guyville. The record represented a distillation of an artist's soul that is both rare and wonderful. Yeah, I'm not gonna read too much on this. So what pretty much critics were saying it wasn't as good as Bangers, but it wasn't bad, and I feel as though she wanted to rebel in a sense too. Like, just, I want to be able to just be able to do my music and release my music and have my music how I would like my music. And I'm trying to tell you, you gotta make sure you have your music aligned and just anything really, like whatever you're passionate about, just be very authentic and have your rights to them all. Like, make sure you're doing everything for you. It's very important. Residuals are important. But yeah, let's get into the track list. So track 1 is Do It. Track 2 is Karen, Don't Be Sad. Track 3, the Floyd song Sunrise. Track 4, Something About Space Dude. Track 5, Space Boots. Track 6, Fucking Fucked Up. Track 7, BB Talk. Track 8, Freaky. Track 9, Bang Me Box. Track 10, Milky Milky Milk. So this is the thing that was also probably taken away when it came to the album, as to probably why there was mixed reviews. I won't say that every artist will have track listings that the album tracks may or may not fully have the consumer understand the message within it, as opposed to looking at the track itself. And I don't mean saying like the track itself as far as the song as a whole. I mean like the track name. Because I've noticed a lot of people with that too. Like there's people that will look at a track name and just be like, oh, well, you know, maybe I won't like that song because it's just the name of it, as opposed to, you know, those that may have just had so many things to kind of uncover in songs like Miley, where, you know, you got to know what I'm talking about if you gonna get past this name. And you know, that's the whole point as far as with albums. It's not just the name, it's not just the message, it's all of it. That's why it's there. That's, you know, you don't want to not know that. And I think that's what was misconceived with her album here. Track 11 is Slap of Butter, Scorpion featuring Sarah Barthel. Track 12, I'm So Drunk. Track 13, I Forgive You. Track 14, I Get So Scared. Track 15, Lighter. Track 14, I Get So Scared. Track 15, Lighter. Track 16, Tangerine featuring Big Sean. Track 17, Tiger Dreams featuring Ariel Pink. So by the time you get your to track 17, you say to yourself, well, wait a minute, this is more than bangers. This is a real collection of music. And to be honest with you, this may have been like a double album that people weren't expecting that would be like a whole album. And it's just mixed with different sounds. And she was probably feeling like at the time, maybe I want to have this album and this album, this come out this way, this come out this way. And then over time, it's like, well, you know what? No. Here we go. They're all coming out. This is all around the same time. Why not? And sometimes that happens with artists too, where they take certain songs that they may have already worked on and said to themselves, no, this is being added onto this project here because it wasn't before and it needs to be now, as opposed to working within an album, as opposed to saying to themselves, there's songs that I was working on, but it's not necessarily from something I already did or something I'm going to do. You know, it's a mixture of things. But yes, track 18, Evil Is But a Shadow. Track 19 is Cyrus Skies. Track 20 is One Sun. Track 21, Miley Tibetan Bowls. Yeah. Track 22 is Pablo the Blowfish, and then track 23, Twinkle Song. So as far as, you know, with release, it was on streaming for Smiley Miley, as opposed to it being on digital download with RCA within a few years' time. And of course, there wasn't a way that it could really chart like that because it wasn't for charting, it was free. So yeah, we have one of those rare times where I'm telling you, oh, there's no chart. This was free. And I said that about 4 different times throughout this video. This was a free album. It became something that didn't have to be free based on the fact of how well it was doing on SoundCloud, where people were listening back to back to back. And then people were realizing, like, wait a minute, Miley is putting in streams for SoundCloud. Maybe I need to release a song that I don't know whether people will realize is a single on SoundCloud. And that's what people, and I'm not saying that she completely was the one that do that, but a lot of people at the time with SoundCloud, even a few years prior to 2015, were just putting out songs and people were like, wait, is this a single? Is this, you know, what is this? They just put this on here, you know? Good way of getting you more recognized, if you will. And she did just that, and why not, you know? And I think, you know, when she then was saying to herself, I'm gonna really release my next album from this, which, you know, this is all a timeline here. This is all connected with her, all different eras in her life. So, you know, when she said to herself, I'm gonna release this next album, Younger Now, you know, Younger Now literally came out, and they said April, let me find that again. I think they said April 10th. Hold on. Yep, so April 10th, 2017. Younger Now came out September 29th, 2017. So from April to September, which is 5 months, we had got another album. From it being able to be on streaming services, there's another album where it's like, okay, now we really have a lot of Miley. Like, and why not? Why not? But I thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and I'll be back with more.